You're watching behind the scenes and outtakes? What? Why? Just kidding. Let's get to the video. Test, but test, okay, test. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Edward Redux, and welcome back to another, well, good video, actually, for the first time in a while. I want to show you guys something. The Xbox 360, a milestone in gaming. I exploded one for science. This is actually a later version, this is not the original. This memory card does go to the original though. Now that's a lot more like it. Wait, this is upside down. Whatever. These consoles have about the same form, so this is what I'm going to call the full unit, and this is the one that's taken apart. this out of the way. So I'm really only going to be going over certain things, and then we'll get to the architecture of the Xbox 360. Games weren't distributed in... Whoa, Jesus. Games weren't yet widely distributed over the internet yet, so, well, you're going to need some kind of medium to get the games into your console. Optical media seems to be the answer. This one's from 2005, the same year. But this wouldn't look very good if you just stuck it in there. I mean, faceplate's just wrong. It's all kinds of wrong. So, naturally, they made their own. You could technically use this in a normal PC, because it just has normal SATA on the back, just like a normal CD-ROM. I mean, this one has IDE, but you know what I mean. It just has a different kind of power connector right there. Actually, this one says it was made in March 2009, which is kind of weird because at that point they had released the Elite, and this is a 2005 revision console, so I don't know what that's about. So yeah, as far as I know, this is a DVD-ROM drive. It's not a DVD-RW or DVD-R or anything. It just reads stuff. So yeah, that's one of the things. But what about when you wanted to store things on your console? Like, actually, one thing you could do is, if you had a hard drive in your console, you could make it so that your games would run off of the console itself from the hard drive, but you still had to put the disc in. But you could take the contents of the disc, most of them anyway, and shove them onto the hard drives for faster loading of the games, but you couldn't run it directly off the disc. But you couldn't run it directly off the hard drive, because that would be too easy now, wouldn't it? That's because of licensing crap. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's the front panel. Here's where the red ring of death would show. And here's where it would shine through. Oh wait, no, there's 4 LEDs right there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a button in the middle, which is the power button. And then diffusers that would go over the thing and clip to it, and, well, that would work. Like that. It's blurry. Stop being blurry. Thank you. But they also released a model with a hard drive. There's a button to get it out. And it slots on the top of the machine, like a parasite. This is a 120 gigabyte hard drive in here. This seems rather large for a hard drive, or maybe it's thick, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a normal laptop-sized hard drive. Well, let's see. Also, I want to know what this interface is, because it can't just be SATA, can it? So naturally, when I blew up this machine, I blew up a hard drive too. And yeah, here's the case. This is actually a 20 gigabyte hard drive, however, it doesn't actually say what it is on the thing, unlike this one, which has 120 gigabyte HDD. This one just says HDD. But yeah, so I took the guts out of it, and well, this is what they are. It's just literally a hard drive in here. Pretty thin hard drive, mind you, as well. And there looks like there's an adapter cable that goes from hard drive, or from the hard drive, to and from the hard drive, to a little adapter thing that actually, whoops, forgot about that. But it literally just goes to an adapter thing that's sticking out the bottom. And that's actually what plugs into your console. Let's take out this hard drive and see what it is. Unplug it first. Ugh. You have to bend it upwards to get the drive out. Yeah, look how thin that is. And to give you kind of a really bad comparison, here's a contemporary SSD of the modern age, 2.5 inch anyway. And yeah, it's blurry, but yeah. And here's the hard drive. Pretty thin. Put them side by side. So yeah. I don't know why this camera is being an asshole, but it is. Sorry about that. Yeah, here's the interfaces. So yeah. And this is actually a 20 gigabyte hard drive. As you can see right there. Right there. And it's from Seagate. And this does work. I tested this. This has a user profile by the name of Dust on it. Well, this Xbox is now Dust, so it fits. And actually, I have tried replacing this with a 250 gig SSD because I could find like a patch file for it on the internet that allows me to theoretically make it work on an unmodified Xbox, because you can jailbreak these, but I don't know how feasible that is anymore. Some ways that people do it are kind of insane, but I mean, they work. But this one is not, and it's exploded, so it's not like it can work right now without burning itself out, which, actually, speaking of burning itself out, we need to show you the motherboard, because that's where all the cool stuff is. This is just contemporary consumer technology stuff. CA connector, obviously. I put this in upside down, aka the right, I put it in right side up, meaning I put it in wrong. This is opposite day. There you go, plug that back in, and now I don't have any of the, I didn't put the screws back in because there's screw holes that line up with the drive holes, but I didn't do that. I just kind of stick everything back in, and we need to put this back in, and then this, wherever this goes. Man, always losing my way. Oh, that might work. Yeah, that should work. Alright, let's put the case back on. That's not right. To do this. There you go. Now that might work. Maybe. There we go. So yeah, pretty cool. It's literally just a laptop hard drive stuffed inside an Xbox style chassis that you plug onto the top of your Xbox. I didn't drop it, don't worry. Oh, and the fact that this connector is doesn't seem to be doing any converting. I think this is literally just some kind of SATA connection that's been just transported from one place to another. So yeah, I think it's a passive adapter, not an active conversion adapter. Yeah. And this is actually a memory unit. This is what you would use to add removable storage from your to your Xbox 360 in the early days of it, anyway. And well, they're very limited in size. I mean, USB sticks weren't much better, but these were meant to be less IT than that. So obviously they weren't going to be very big. This is a 64 megabyte card, which that text is pretty crisp on the camera right now. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, this is a 64 megabyte flash module that you can actually just plug into your console, into the front. It has 2 ports for it. I think this is some kind of USB port, but I don't really know. Maybe Storm and Norman can elaborate on that. It's kind of like a game cartridge, I guess. And you can actually put games on these, but because of the limited size, realistically the only games you'll be putting on this are Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, and Doom 2. And not all of them either. One of them. So, yeah. They made 64 megabyte cards and also 32 megabyte cards as a lower cost option. And in fact, the first Xbox 360 in 2005 didn't actually come with a hard drive as standard hardware. You had to configure it for that or buy the higher end model for that. The base model only came with the capability to use these, and only these. You could only save your games to these. And these are just for saving games. You're not supposed to play games off of these. You're supposed to save your progress on these. So, yeah. That's why they're so low capacity. And because flash storage was just not very good at the time. It wasn't big. It's quite expensive and hard to sell to people. So yeah, let's get on to the architecture of the Xbox 360. You're up. You gotta tell people where things go. What does what, or drives what. Like, for example, when is the thermal junction for the fans to speed up? They like that?
Oh, I don't know everything.
Yeah, I know.
This is on pause. Why did you put it on pause?
It's on pause.
Isn't it blinking? Or isn't it supposed to be solid red when it's recording?
Oh my god. I hate that thing. I hate that thing so much. I just wasted all that time.
Alright, so you want me to do the architecture now?
Yeah. Fuck!
And you were doing really good.
That sucked anyway. Redoing that's probably better.
I need a pointing tool. Is the South Bridge, I'm pretty sure, because it looks like it's got a PCI Express bus that comes over
I
here.
have to redo that because you can see it.
What couldn't you see?
There's the South Bridge.
Okay. So, why did you just do it? Now it's down at the bottom where you can barely see it. Let's move it up.
Move it to the side a little bit. On the camera. No, I mean in the camera's view.
What do you mean in the camera's view?
Oh, that's not centered.
There's two ways.
Yeah, that's centered.
It's never centered. You want me to center the chip?
No.
What do you want me to center?
The board.
There, that's centered. It's cut off on the top, cut off on the bottom.
Okay.
You do it like
you
that.
should do it the other way, like that. Yeah. Then you can actually. Oops.
Yeah, but then it's kind of dark. Once you turn on the top light. Oh no, leave it. It's changing the brightness depending on what is going in there, and so the camera is adjusting.
This camera's being really stupid. I need to.
We should have left it. Don't do automatic brightness or whatever.
I need to edit to adjust it. It's not going to let me do it.
Well, the time was going. Now it's stopped.
Okay.
Now it's recording. Doom, 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 doom. Thank you.
Enjoy the great rest of your day. Great outro.